afternoon, good evening, everyone. How everyone doing? I am Morgan Reese, and welcome to Good Morning Black People with Morgan Reese. And I have my amazing, my phenomenal, one-of-a-kind guest, Dr. Vanessa Guyton. Dr. Vanessa is a survivor of military sexual trauma and the founder of Hush No More, a nonprofit organization that provides a platform to allow survivors and their families a safe place to share their story, elevate, and heal from their trauma. Her personal survival and healing journey gives audiences an example of how someone can go from being a victim to becoming a champion. Thank you again, Dr. Guyton, for joining my show today and taking out the time out of your busy schedule. Guys, here she is. So no further ado, Dr. Guyton, tell everyone where you're from.
I am from Orlando, Florida, but I live in Columbia, South Carolina.
Wow. Okay. So
I'm Army.
You know, yeah. So you travel all over.
So this is where I have decided it will be my home. I think.
Okay.
So far.
For now, you never know your journey, because journeys change. You know, we think we're going to stay planted in one place, and then next thing you know, we get moved somewhere else. So, how did you end up coming to found Hush No More? What happened, or what took place for you to say, I'm going to create my own organization? Because we know we already have rape crisis, sexual assault organizations, those kind of things. What prompted you to found Hush No More?
So in 2017, I was in the mall, and I always say I was in the Columbia Mall on Two Notch, because people that's from here know where that is. And I saw a guy that looked like the guy that raped me when I was in the military. And I had a whole trigger breakdown in the mall, people stopping because I'm crying, snotty nose, screaming. This little old lady, she was like, "Baby, are you okay?" She walked me to my car and helped me calm down. And it just got really, really bad. Like, I went home, I drank the whole bottle of Remy, and I was just in a horrible space. And I ended up being committed into a mental health facility. I was at the Durham VA hospital. I always give kudos to them. And I had to start working on my healing journey. I literally had forgot that I had been sexually assaulted in the military when I was 18, and I had suppressed it. So working on myself and trying to get it together, trying to stop drinking again, stopping again. And in 2019, I went to a conference, and God gave me the idea to start Hush No More, and gave me the vision, the name. And it was from there that we just moved on in the journey. And I knew that where I had been, that a lot of that wouldn't have happened if I had a safe space to really go talk to somebody, if I thought people would believe me, and I didn't. So I decided to create an organization that is going to be about love and kindness, and we're just going to be here for you. So that's why I started Hush No More.
Wow. So just give you guys a little history. I met Dr. Guyton in 2020, believe it or not, when I published my book in my journey about sexual assault. And her and I kind of connected, and for whatever reason, life was happening and we disconnected. And, you know, God always does things on his time and in his time. And we could reconnected again. And her journey kind of empowered me more, because I saw her strength. I saw your resilience. I did not know you were really dealing with that until I really started looking into you more. In Colombia, with this type of organization, how much traction are you getting? Are you seeing you having more cases of women and men that are being sexually assaulted?
So I really don't have cases per se, because we really don't do direct services. So we started in that area, but I realized my space is in healing. My space is when you ready to start getting to that next level, or you want somebody to love on you. That's my space, right? So we do have a lot of traction. We have grown a lot, and because we're in the community, I go to community events, and I host a lot of community events, and we go out and we make sure that we raise awareness. We create safe spaces for individuals. And so we really have grown. We've grown because we're with the people. Like, I'm not an organization where you call an 800 number and I don't know you and I don't know how to connect with you, or nobody probably referred you. Most of our contacts are somebody probably said, "I met Dr. Vanessa," or "I met somebody from Hush No More. You need to contact them or call them." Like, so that's where it's from, like getting out and meeting the people. And that's what we do. So we're growing. I don't keep cases, and the reason being is because I am intentionally I'm not a mandatory reporter. I am a credentialed victim advocate, a national victim advocate, but I'm not a victim advocate for South Carolina. So I don't want to have where people going to try to come to me and get information, get my records, lawyers trying to subpoena me. So I don't keep cases like that. When you come talk to me, I'm probably going to remember what happened, but I'm not writing it down. So I don't consider clients that come to me as a case. I don't keep that. I consider you as somebody that decided to hush no more, and I honor them, and that this is what we did in that moment. So I don't have cases. Like I believe we're bigger than a case. Do that make sense? Like I'm not a case, right? So I'm not that. I don't have cases. I got people that I'm gonna love on. They're survivors, and we're gonna do this, and that's about it. So I can't tell you like that from that standpoint, but I can tell you we the bomb. I got an amazing team.
Okay, so if you don't mind, can you share a little bit about your trauma prior to when you were in the military? Because I've noticed that it happens a lot with women, and a lot of women, because of their ranking or whoever the superiors was, they're forced to keep it quiet. Um, uh, if you don't mind sharing what happened or what caused and how did that impacts you being in the military, as serving as again, thank you for your service. Serving as a strong Black woman in the military, and this event took place.
Okay. Let me see if I can find something for you. I'm gonna find something for you because I think it'll kind of give you an idea of what I went through. And I think it's important to be able to. I love poetry, right? I love to be able to share my story from that perspective because it's not always easy to do it, right? It's not always easy. And I try to encourage people. What are some different ways that we really could heal? So I'm gonna tell my story through poetry.
Okay.
Right? R. Kelly versus India Ari. What is your favorite R. Kelly song or CD? Most people love his music and know every beat. Not me, because when I hear his voice, I remember the day when you asked me to go to dinner and you treated me like a queen. You were so nice. And I didn't think you could ever be evil. That is why I trusted you when you said, let's go to my room and watch a movie. Your dark arms turned into snakes as they started to explore my body. Your dark arms turned into snakes as they started to explore my body. They were strong and overpowered my small hands. Your couch turned into a bed as you pushed me down. You took your pants down faster than the speed of lightning. I couldn't believe that you were entering my treasure for only your pleasure. I just laid there with questions running through my head. Why are you doing this? Why are you hurting me? Are you wearing a condom? Will I catch AIDS? Will I get pregnant? Will you ever stop? I became lost in my thoughts as you took over my body without permission. I just laid there, not fighting back salty tears. It was like you were running a race. When I tuned out your heavy breathing, all I could hear was, I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. Homie, lover, friend, it seems like you're ready. Sex me, baby. And finally, 12 play. You raped me for the entire CD if it was your theme song and hours long. So, yes, I hate the sound of R. Kelly's voice and the sound of your voice as you said, Soldier, no one will believe you. Now I am healing, and I use my voice to help others to escape the demise of rape. Today, my tears still fall, but they are full of joy as they flutter down my face like beautiful butterflies. Your actions no longer have me bound, so I no longer frown. I have replaced R. Kelly with India Ari. Life is a journey, not a destination. There are no mistakes, just chances we're taking. It's a beautiful day. I am light. I am light. And now I'm ready for love. and ready to conquer the shame by placing it on you, because you should be ashamed of what you did to me. You were wrong. They believe me. And instead of fighting a war in Iraq, I leave the battle to God who has my back. Signed, Private Vanessa Guyton.
I'm Morgan Reese, inviting you to tune in weekly for some empowering, enlightening, and embracing conversations to kickstart your day on Good Morning Black People. Amen, 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 amen. I love that poem.
Thank
But
you.
most importantly, I promise you, your resilience remind me of my resilience. And people don't realize when they do that to us, they're thinking they're keeping us down, but they don't realize how God has made you so strong.
Right.
So since I began my podcast show, every year I've had a slogan. So my podcast show began in 2023. And I said 2023 was all about me. So Dr. Vanessa, 2023 was all about you because we met in 2020. 2024, it was more in store. And more in store was for you to heal, for you to grow. Because when you interviewed me, you said you were still going through therapy for a long time. And I'm seeing that light. I'm seeing that bright. I'm seeing that growth and the healing on you. And so 2025 is still alive. So you're still alive in 2025 to be able to tell that predator, tell that suspect, tell that person that you didn't take away from me what you thought you took away from me, because I'm stronger, I'm better, and I'm wiser because of God's grace and because of him. I promise you, that poem, I wait till I get off because I'm not trying to be emotional. Before this one, I was like real emotional. I cannot be emotional on this one.
It's okay, but they're good. They're like healing tears. I call them butterfly tears. Like sometimes I'd be like, oh my God, where that tear come from? So and I call him an old man. That's what I call him, an old infantryman, because he was like 35. I was 18. You old. My mom always said old men got worms, like, ugh. So, and he was my battle buddy. Like I trusted him. We worked together. But for me, it's hard sometimes to be able to just break down your whole story, or sometimes you don't want to trigger an audience, right? Sometimes it's not the place. So I do it through poetry. And I encourage other people, when you're trying to figure out something to say or how to get it together, write about it. It works.
You use the perfect artist. You use the perfect artist in your poem. So
I love India because like we cousins. She don't know it yet. She don't even know we some kin, but
she don't know. She don't know. So let me ask you this. So now that you've gotten to this place, so are you at a place now where you actually say, I forgive them?
I don't care. He irrelevant. I don't have to forgive. I don't care. When I tell you, people be like, forgiveness for you. I be like, screw you. I don't care. Like, he's not irrelevant. I ain't trying to be like, oh, I forgive you. Kick rocks. I don't care. It don't hold me back. I know he probably know because we a military community, so he done seen me. Somebody done told him, you know what I'm saying? They could put together who was the post commander driver and I was the secretary. They know that. So he know. I don't care. I have no nothing. I don't hate him. I don't harbor no feelings. Look where I'm at now. I'm the bomb. People pay me to talk about sexual assault. like for real. I could care less about him. Now, was that a case years ago? No. But today, I don't care. I tell people all the time. They're like, did you forgive him? I don't give two flying craps about him. I'm not mad. Hopefully he doesn't stop. I'm real like that. I talk to people like that.
I've never seen the side of you, so it's like, it's taking me aback. So the reason why I'm asking that, the reason why I'm saying that, and I'm really down with you on that, but when we're saying that we are a child of God and we love him and he got us on this journey, part of that is forgiveness.
Well, I have there's nothing to forgive. Like, honestly, I don't be like, oh my God, I forgive him. And maybe it is a form of forgiveness, but I don't translate it like that. To me, it's irrelevant. How can I forgive something that don't even matter to me no more? Like, he don't matter. He's non-existent. Like, I don't hold no ill will. I don't wish him harm. I know God got my back. God gonna handle anything. I could have been trying to find him and try to destroy his life. I didn't. I could have. So for me, and it's just my journey, this is how I look at it. And this is part of my healing journey, is that I make people obsolete. I'm an Aquarius. We cut people off, like off. When you don't do what's right, you do what's wrong, you gone. Like, you no matter, you matter no more. Just as if my friend did something to me and hurt me, and betrayed me, they're irrelevant. I'm going with it. I ain't harbor no ill will, nothing. Like, I think God is very proud of me. For real.
He knows your heart.
I don't want that journey. Yeah, I don't be like, oh my God, I forgave him. He's great now. Screw him. I have nothing positive to give. I have no energy for that. I'm big on positive energy. So if I'm in that space, like, oh God, please do all that, I ain't there no more. Like, me and God don't have to talk. I know why I had to go through that. I'm on my journey. I'm elevated. I'm saving lives, safe space. So I don't care about him. I don't even give him credit. Like, people are like, well, what's his name? You don't need no name. You don't need no name. Who cares? So that's how I heal. Like, that's how I look at it.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Mm-hmm. I'm asking this question then. When you have a male that comes to you and said that they have been assaulted,
I'm gonna love them.
Okay.
100%. I help men, whether it's domestic violence, sexual assault, childhood sexual abuse. I'm gonna tell you, we need our men healed. So I'm dating. I'm single. I need a heal man. So I'm trying to heal the men so that people could be in healthy relationships. So
people are not really believing that. They're thinking it's always the women that get attacked.
A lot of men, and military, a lot of them come to me, and like I'm that girl. So like, I watch football. I be around men, so they do come and share with me, and I'ma love them. Like, I don't hold it against them saying that a man did this to me. He is responsible for all of that. I don't put that on other people that come into my life. I don't hold them accountable for the actions that somebody else did. And I'm real open to men and women. And I think, like, I advocate for a male shelter in our state. There's no services really for men that just really focus on men in the state of South Carolina. There's no shelter, nowhere for them to go. So I don't like that. I think every survivor should have a safe space to go. So.
Wow. That's shocking. South Carolina don't have. Wow.
No.
Well, it is, I'm going to be honest with you, because I have all my family, and my mother and my father's side are both from South Carolina. Darlington, Florence, Hartsville area. So I know all about the history of South Carolina. But it is really shocking that they don't have more organizations that can help the men. Interesting.
Our laws are horrible. Forever, the law said women that was abusers. Only women could get services. Only women could get money from the victim crime compensation fund, which is asinine. Anybody should be able to help that has been through domestic violence. They don't want to support same sex. They don't look at that really. We look at teens that's in teen dating violence. So we got a lot of work to do to let people know it's not just women. It's a lot of people that are struggling as it comes to trauma. So no, I'm out there. Like, tomorrow we at the State House for human trafficking. So we got to make some changes. There are men that is part of human trafficking, but you never see men. They don't talk about men, but these little boys are human trafficking. So yeah. So all men, I help every man that come to me.
Interesting. So what have you been doing since the last time you and I have been talking? I've seen you online on social media. What other programs or partnerships you have made over the time since you've been doing Hush No More, where you're making such an impact? Because you are definitely that poem really Dr. Vanessa, you don't understand, that poem really hit my heart. What else have you been doing over the time?
Today I made a post about my 2024 achievements, because a lot of times I just do it and keep moving, right? I'm very like robotic. I got this event, So so I'm like, checked off, it's done. So like, we have amazing domestic violence walks here. So our domestic violence walk is an experience. It ain't you just come out there, hear somebody speak, and everybody crying because they speaking us up like they ain't bored. We have a DJ, we dance, they walk, we have vendors. I try to bring a lot of events together, events where resources can come together, because I think that's important for people to know what resources are available in our communities. And so I have an amazing domestic violence walk. I have a partnership with an organization called Stomp Out Crime. So we come together as a community. We like last year we had over 2,000 people come out for a talent show and just to have a good time in the community, giving out free stuff and blessing God's people. So I do things like that. I have a lot of retreats. So I believe that we should heal and go to healing spaces. I have a wellness center. We have a wellness center in Columbia, and we focus on like Reiki, meditation, sound therapy, just all those holistic services, massages, just what can you do holistically to heal. We travel. And that's what we do. Like I try to make partnerships with a lot of community organizations. Some partners, some don't. Because some people look at competition. I ain't nobody competition. I'm just trying to get out here and do what we gotta do for the people. And so that's me. Anybody want to partner with me and they want to work and I want to work and we work together, I would love to come together to do some things for our community. I think it's important. I travel around. Different communities that call me to come out and to speak or host an event. Like we did Buffalo, New York. In October, we held a domestic violence walk there, and that was great. So just trying to go to different communities. My goal is to travel around the world, because trauma is a world problem, you know. So how can we change the world, not just our community? So I do a lot of speaking engagements in other countries. So that is a lot of what I do.
Wow, wow, yeah. You about to be busy in 2025. You about to be really busy in 2025. Because there are a lot of things that are happening in the world, especially to more women and children than people are recognizing and seeing or want to acknowledge and accept. It hurts that the kids are not more protected as they should be, and sometimes they can't be protected if they're around other people who are broken and who have trauma themselves and who have not healed themselves. If you were yourself, the younger version of Vanessa, what would you tell yourself then that you should have told yourself now to how you got to where you're at?
That who you think you're going to be, you're probably not going to be, because we evolve. So like I was hard on myself because I wasn't this, but I evolved into this. You know, I was hard on myself because I was like, I want to change my major. I need to go back to school. But it's part of an evolution. Very rarely somebody say, I'm gonna be a school teacher, and they're a school teacher for 30 years. That's rare. A lot of times we evolve our experiences. And so not to be so hard on myself, because I'm going to be where I'm supposed to be, that I have a destiny. And whatever happens is supposed to happen, and it'll be okay. That's what I tell myself. Because I had a whole plan for my life. I was gonna go to New York City. I'm actually a business major. My first doctorate is in business. So I was going to New York City. I was gonna be doing large print advertising in magazines and working in a marketing firm. I'm so far from New York City, and I don't even like New York City. So
I'm going to say, what's stopping you now? Because it's not like you're too old for it, but okay.
that ain't the destiny that God had for me. That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. So I'm where I'm supposed to be now. To get my yeah.
People not really understanding. We had one plan and we had one destination that we think we're supposed to be on. And God says, no, I already know who you were before you were formed in your mother's womb. I already had a destiny and a plan and a purpose for you. I'm just hoping that you're going to go follow all the way through. And if not, I'm at the D2 your back so you can continue to do what I need you to do.
That's it.
Wow. So you have a business major. Okay, so
I'm a business major, so I went back to school to get a degree in psychology. I wasn't ever going to be a victim advocate. Most people don't start out want to be a victim advocate. It's not something that they even talk to you about in school. Most people don't even know what a victim advocate is. Mm-hmm. So I realized that I am not in control. God is going to open a door, and I'm going to kick that door down and go through it.
Okay. Yeah, you are. Okay, so let me ask you this. Are you still in therapy?
So not right now. But what I have picked up is meditation. So I was going to therapy at the VA, and I got discouraged. And a lot of times we do, like when you find that good, it takes forever to find a good counselor. right? And I'm sharing this because I know other people are going through this journey too. It takes forever sometimes to find that one. I found my one, right? We was in therapy for 2 years. Like, this, she know all my business. She ain't judge me. She'll just sit there and be like, oh, thank you. Or, girl, I go through that too. I had the best counselor, right? Then she got a promotion. I couldn't even hate on her. She left the VA. Then I got another one. She was like, I think you need a male. I think you need to work with a man, right? So I get a male therapist. He got a promotion. We was only together like 6 months, and I liked him. Like, I loved working with him, and I never had a male counselor because, you know, I had been hurt by a man, but I had got to the point that it didn't even matter no more, right? So I was like, right now, I didn't want to have to recreate that now. So I do a lot of meditation. I meditate and I pray. And so I increase my spiritual practices. But I know when I'm going down or things not right, the red flags that I have, I watch that. You know, if I know that if I'm isolating, if I'm frustrated, if I'm being impulsive, right? Um, but I do believe that a lot of part of my mental health was alcohol. A lot of times when we have trauma, we have some type of addiction. It might be drugs, alcohol, it might be sex, it might be shopping, eating. We have something going on that's not normal. And so I do believe that when I don't drink, that helps stabilizes my mental health. So I'm not perfect, but I do have a way that I can reach out. And I have counselors on my team. So I do have like safe places that I could go. But meditation has been amazing for me because it helps me to ground. It helps me to refocus, to slow my mind down, my perspective, to make sure that I'm in the right perspective, and just to have that walk with God. So,
That's it. That's it. At the end of the day, because
but I'll
if
go
he's
back. If I need to, I'm going back because I don't even pay for it. So it ain't even no excuse for me. So I'm going back when I feel like I need to.
right, and that's what a lot of people are not realizing, that whether you're doing it, because most people think that it's just only therapy or therapy only. You have other means and other resources that you can tap into to help you get on that, stay on that healing journey, be on that deliverance journey, and still be where you say, hey, my mind is okay now, my heart is okay right now. I can go to the next level. I can go to the next step, to where he wants me to be, or where I know I need to be. Because a lot of people are not thinking that therapy is just the only thing.
Right.
So that's good to know that you do have another outlet.
It's a
Um,
combination. Therapy,
mhm.
medication. I don't been on medication, but I
Okay.
do a lot of herbal teas. I do teas, like I figure out ways to help my mental health by different holistic ways. So it's a journey to try different things out. But that's what I try. I love holistic ways, and I try to introduce that to people. At least try it. At least try it.
Okay. So let me ask you this: you have a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
How did you explain this trauma to your daughter to help her protect herself? Because I have girls, and I know what I did to try to teach my children, especially my girls, but actually all of my children, how to protect themselves and what to look for, the red flags. How did you share that uncomfortable conversation with your child?
So I didn't remember. I had literally suppressed being sexually assaulted. I had no memory of that. So it wasn't like I could prep her from experience. And a lot of times when I look back, I was overprotective. My thing was, you ain't going to nobody's house. Ain't nobody coming over here. Y'all stay outside to play. My kids never, and I have a son too, and I got 4 bonus babies. They never stayed at nobody else's house. They never stayed at my grandma's house. They stayed with my mama, but they ain't never stayed at my grandma's house because too many people in and out. So I kind of explained it maybe the wrong way. I didn't really explain. It was like, you ain't doing that. You can't trust people. Don't trust people. If they do something to you, let me know. Because nobody teaches you that. Nobody taught us how to talk to our kids about that, right? I teach that now. So honestly, I'm gonna tell you, I really did. It was no, and don't touch them. And if somebody do something to you, I'm gonna beat they behind. Your daddy gonna get them with. We had that conversation, but it really wasn't a good way to talk to our kids. Now I talk to parents about, hey, this is the conversation you have. You don't tell your kid,
Yeah,
you're gonna kill the person. You have good conversation with them when they're babies in diapers. When you changing that diaper, you say, this is the only place that mommy and daddy could touch. Nobody else touches you here. Like, you start at infancy talking to them about consent. What is consent? You have the right to say no. You don't have to sit on your uncle's lap or your auntie's lap. and talking to them about and giving them a voice, if my kids didn't like you, I ain't really fool with you because kids are a good judge of character. So if
out of the mouths of babes, I think it all the
yeah,
time. I think kids are smarter than adults sometimes.
yeah, but
And
some
people
I'm not
don't
gonna
really
make
believe
fun
that they
yeah.
have that gift, they have that intuition, and you think, oh, they's a child, they don't know what they're talking about, but they be knowing what you don't be knowing, what they be knowing.
I didn't do a good job. I did not do a good job of having that conversation and prepping my kids. Now they know now. Like, I had to even go to my kids and my ex-husband and ask for permission to be able to tell my story because my story affects them as well. So as a matter of fact, my son is on here. My mom and my dad is on here. Hey, y'all. Thanks for supporting. So I had to even have that conversation then. But you best believe my grandbabies, they know. And other people kids know, and my nieces and nephews, I'm having that conversation, but I didn't know how to have that conversation in a healthy way when I was younger. I do now though.
Yeah, because you know what? And I was the opposite. So it looks like you and I probably came from the same where you came from generational cycles or generational curses or traumas where the grandma or the great grandma wouldn't. We don't talk about that kind of stuff. We don't talk about that. We suppress that, or we don't. Don't tell nobody our business. So it sounds like you came from a similar background, and then you had that military background on top of that where you had structure, you had discipline, and you like, no, you just need to know I said this and don't ask no other questions. And we're not going to change it. And we ain't changing the subject.
Me and my daughter had a whole argument about she couldn't go to the movies without supervision. Oh, no. But you caught out to that movie theater. No. Like, and I didn't realize why I was
like that with my kids. And my oldest, she's grown now. She's like, you were so strict back then. I was like, you don't understand the drama I've been through, the trauma I've been through. Nobody protected me. So I always say that if I had my own kids, I'm gonna try to protect you the best way I knew how. And so you sharing that of how so I wouldn't even say you didn't do it right. You did do it right enough.
I did the best to my ability. I protected them that I could. But as the far as say, yeah, I had these perfect conversations. No, I didn't. And we didn't have them. It was like, my grandma would say things like, after dark, nothing open but legs. After midnight, ain't nothing open. Like they would say like little sayings, keep your legs closed, stay out the street, don't let nobody between your legs. They never had like real conversations when you look back. So
you had old school teaching.
Yeah. Keep your legs closed.
Right. Keep your legs closed, I didn't learn mine until after I got older. Because I didn't know because that was as you said, some people suppress their trauma or their pain by doing other things. When did you come to the place where you knew your problem with alcohol was affecting you mentally and emotionally to the point where you said, you know what, I need this out. I need to get this out.
So that was hard for me because I'm military and majority of us drink. Most of our events we drank. All my friends drank. Like that was the norm. So I didn't think I had a problem. That's a big problem, right? When I went to the hospital, that's when I knew really probably that I had a problem because when you're committed, they also have AA in the hospital. So we would go to groups. So that's when I realized it. I thought I was going to stop. And it was like, you do something for 90 days, you're good. So I did 90 days, had a glass of wine. I was back to where I was. So it was a journey. I knew, but I didn't want to admit it because one thing about addiction and trauma, that's what helps you get through that day. People didn't even know I was drinking because I drank at home. Well, like I got a DUI. So they didn't even know. People would be like, you was an alcoholic? Yeah, I was, but that's my business, right? They didn't even know. Most people don't know. So that's what helped me cope. When you have any type of addiction, you don't want to be present because when you're present and you sober, then all the memories come back, all the thoughts come back. That's why people can't get off heroin. That's why people can't get off. They be like, you just need to stop. You can't because when you're sober, everything comes back. So part of it was I didn't want to stop because I didn't want to be present. The time came when I just didn't want to be that no more. I didn't want to be her no more. And I knew, matter of fact, I could tell you when I decided that it was a problem. February 2nd, 2019, that's the last day that I had to drink. And I knew that I could not do Hush No More while I was drinking. So that day that God gave me Hush No More, I haven't drank since. That's when I knew that was a problem, that it was going to prevent me, because I done been to college, I done done everything. I done had careers, I done had federal job, I done done everything that I want to do, still drinking. It wasn't a problem for me, but it was. And I realized that on February the 7th, 2019. I'm sorry. I know I went the long way to answer your question, but I had to pop.
No. We so listen. This is the thing. Sometimes you got to go down the street, around the corner. How the people in the South say, "Way down yonder," to come back around to still give you the
You had
answer.
to go down yonder, yeah, to get to it. But
maybe something else that you need to include it, that he needed you to include in that to give the answer, so it don't matter.
Yeah, we always talk about right brain, wrong brain. When you drink,
right, that's what I tell people all the time on this show. You're going to be comfortable to say what you need to say, to speak what you need to speak. This is your voice. This is a show for your voice. Long as you're not saying anything inappropriate or off the chain, I'm like, hey, we don't say that kind of stuff on this. My goal is always try to keep it as clean as we can, but you had to go down the street, around the corner, way down yonder, and you still can't answer.
Because I felt like I needed the alcohol. Even though I knew it was like, I'm doing it too much, it helped me to sleep. If I'm hypervigilant and I'm hearing things, I need to go to sleep. Alcohol puts you to sleep, right? Yeah, it's a depressant, but it also helped me sleep. So it was points that I needed it. So I didn't think that I needed to stop. It helped me. And people don't really process that when we look at addiction. No, I wasn't going to stop. So, but I realized that Hush No More, I had to be sober.
So you have to be there for you have to be the sober, strong for the ones who are not sober and strong for the moment.
No, I didn't even think about that. It was really about me, that if I'm going to do this, I need to be the best version of me, because this is about to be some good work. So I can't go and help somebody and I've been drinking. I can't get in my car and go help them. Like, how can I? It was about me. Like, I needed to be the best version of me to be able to do what God had for me to do. That was it. And it's about me. All this is about me and my journey, my healing, and doing this. And then I bring others, because people forget they are the most important person in the universe. I tell my tribe that all the time. You're the most important person in the universe. You got to do things for you, because if you don't do it for you, you're gonna stop, because we get tired when we do it for other people. So you got to do it for yourself. Then you do it for other people. So no.
Like a plane, when they do the instructions for the plane, they tell you save yourself first, give yourself the oxygen first before you give your passenger next to you the oxygen. If you don't save yourself, how can you save someone else? So you're in the save yourself mode right now. You're in the save yourself state of mind, which is wow. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Now everybody benefits from the sober Vanessa. You benefit from it. But it's about Vanessa need to be sober so she could be the best version of herself.
So do you have anything do you have anything that's happening for this year that's coming up?
Yes, we have some amazing events coming up. So actually, you're pretty close, so you really could come with us. We are going to, we got a lot of events coming up. We are going to Charleston, South Carolina. We have a one-day trip to Charleston where we're going to hang out and love on everybody. And I'm excited about that. We are having a Stomp Our Crime Community Day where we're giving away, that's April the 12th, we're giving away free clothes, brand new clothes, because I don't give out no junk. So like Versona donated, Cato's, It's Fashion, Walmart, who else? Michael's Dry Cleaners. Like, we're just giving stuff away on that day. We also have a spoken word event. So I love poetry. So we're going to partner with Hollow Art April 17th and do some poetry and some open mic and show out in Columbia, South Carolina that night. We have our domestic violence walk October 18th. We do a butterfly release in October. So October and April is our big months. And we have a girls trip June 13th through the 16th. And so we're excited about that. So we'll be going away. We haven't announced that yet. So I'm going to announce it tomorrow where we're going. And that's some of the big stuff that we got going on. I have an addiction retreat in September that we're doing because addiction is my thing. And we go to waterfalls, we go hiking. So, and our events are, you can follow us on social media or on our website, but those are the big things that's coming up.
Do you have any speaking engagements coming up?
I do. So I am. I'm excited for April. So I don't have anything until April because I turned 50 February the 2nd.
Join the club. Welcome to the party.
Well, I'm going out of the country. And I decided for me, because it's about me, I'm taking a month off. So I'll be out of the country for a month. So when I come back, I'll be, make sure all our events are good. But I have 7 speaking engagements for the military in April for Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So I'm very excited about that. I'll even be training the National Guard Bureau in Washington, D.C. I'll be in Niagara Falls training one of their organizations. I'll be all over in the month of April. So I got quite a few speaking engagements in April. And so that's my next time that I'm like out on the road. So.
Well, I'm 51, so you'll be joining that 50 club. I promise you. In my mind, I feel like I'm in my 30s, but I can't say that because my oldest 2 children are 33 and 32. So but in my mind.
And then tomorrow we're at the State House, the South Carolina State House tomorrow. This is Human Trafficking Month, Awareness Month, and so we'll be there. I'll be speaking at the State House tomorrow. So if anybody in Columbia you want to come out or in South Carolina, we'll be at the State House making noise and trying to raise awareness about survivors of human trafficking. So tomorrow,
it's real.
I be forgetting, like I be in the day, like I be in today. Like what is on my calendar today? I got to get through the day. But tomorrow,
I'm so thankful that she was able to come on because I said I know she's busy. I've been following her now. Now that we follow them, and then we back friends. We back friends again. It's not we wasn't friends, but we were friends, and we had busy lives. So if anybody wants to follow you, how can they find Dr. Vanessa Guyton? Where's your platform? Okay.
I'm Vanessa Dunn Guyton on Facebook. Dr. Vanessa Dunn Guyton on Instagram. Hush No More. I don't know how to be on Instagram, but I put stuff on it. But I ain't like. But you can follow me on Instagram. Hush No More Now on Instagram and Hush No More Movement on Facebook. Those are the ones that we do. We had to scale back because all these different platforms, it's hard to keep up with. So we're mostly on Facebook and Instagram if you really want to contact us. And our website is hushnomore.org. A lot of people message us on Instagram or Facebook. They message us there or they go to our website. Or you can call me at 1-888-285-2161 and just contact us.
Well, I have a question from one of the guests. They want to know, when will you be speaking in Florida?
I don't have. Do I got anything in Florida coming up? I don't have nothing in Florida right now.
Well, someone's putting it out to the atmosphere.
Florida too. They're actually having in Tampa a military sexual assault conference the first weekend in April, but I'm already booked. So if you're in that area, it's for military families. But it's about military sexual trauma. I'm not going to speak there, but it's a great conference there. I would love for individuals to contact me to come to Florida. So I like to come home.
But the person who posted that, they were not pleased. They were a little sad. They're not going to be coming to Florida.
Nobody invited me to come to Florida. But.
Look, so y'all hear her, y'all. This is going around the world.
You know what? I take that back.
In
Florida. March 2nd. We're going to be in Fort Lauderdale in Miami at the Hard Rock. One of my amazing tribe members, her name is Tawana. She's turning 50 and she's having a big party at the Hard Rock, and it's in honor, support of Hush No More. So we'll be in Florida.
So they jogged in.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm going to be speaking, but we're going to be there. I'm probably have to get up there and go speak, but it's a party, but it's also a fundraiser for Hush No More, which I'm truly honored. So she's a survivor of childhood sexual abuse. And so she's sharing her story, her journey with cancer. And so she's donating to Hush No More at her birthday party. So I'll be in Florida again.
Okay. So then the person
and I got a trauma brain too. So I'm telling you, I'll be on today. Like
it's okay. It's okay. Well, you need to send the details for the Florida trip because you have an interested viewer who wants to know when to see you in Florida. Yeah, so you need to post that information for the Florida, because March is right around the corner. We already in January. We're in March.
I keep thinking I just got to get through this weekend and then I'm on a plane.
Well, I'm just saying, before you know it, we'll be at the end of January, going into February and March, and we'll be at the end of the year again, and you'll be like, I got all this thing going on, and I missed a year.
I'm trying.
I promise you, it has been an honor. I would definitely love to bring you back on my show. Guys, please follow Dr. Vanessa Guyton. She is an amazing young lady. She has an amazing heart. Her program, Hush No More. I mean, in the program, it says it right there. Hush No More. No need to be quiet no more. You stand loud, you stand proud, and she's showing you as a testament, as a military person, a person who came from a strong background. She was stronger than people thought they were. Check out that poem. You gotta post that poem. You gotta post that poem. You gotta post.
It's actually in our book. So we have a Hush No More poetry book and a Hush No More book. So I share the stories of survivors, their stories, their poetry. So the Hush No More book is on our website, and that poem is in there.
Okay. Well, guys, please follow Dr. Vanessa Guyton. Again, welcome to Good Morning Black People with Morgan Reese. I'm your amazing and fantastic host on this fantastic and fabulous Friday, Morgan Reese. I appreciate you for taking out the time out of your busy schedule to join me. And guys, be blessed. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk soon.
Peace and blessings.